For what feels like forever, trying to get your federal firearm rights back has been, well, pretty much impossible. A totally closed door. But what if I told you that's changing? Right now, that door is cracking open, and we're going to walk through exactly what that means for you.
Okay, to get why this is such a huge deal, you gotta look at this number. For almost 30 years, you know how many people got their federal firearm rights restored through the official channels? Zero. Zilch. Nada. A funding ban completely froze the entire process. And honestly, it made everyone feel like it was a total lost cause.
But check this out. From 0 to 32. And that's just in the last couple of years. This isn't just some random number, you guys. This is proof. Hard evidence that the system is back online and it's actually working. 32 people have made it through. The path is there, and that's why we need to talk about this today.
So why was everything stuck for so long? Well, it all comes down to something called the funding ban era. Basically, since way back in the early 90s, a little rule got tucked into spending bills that told the ATF, hey, you can't spend a single penny to investigate these applications. No money, no work. It shut the whole thing down. And yeah, that's where that feeling of hopelessness came from.
But things have changed. We are officially in the thaw. We have solid proof that the Department of Justice is not just taking applications, they're approving them. And it looks like things are really starting to pick up steam.
And you can see that momentum right here. Look, on March 31st, 2025, the first 10 people in decades got approved. Wow! Then, not even a year later, on February 6th, 2026, boom! 22 more people. See, this isn't just a one-off thing. It's a real pattern. The process is alive and approvals are happening as we speak. You know, getting this kind of information out there, stuff that can genuinely change someone's life, that's what we're all about. So if you or your company believes in empowering real people with this kind of knowledge, think about sponsoring our content. It helps us keep the lights on and keep doing this work. You can shoot us an email at nzofficer001@gmail.com. All right, so we know it's happening. People are getting approved. That's the what. But the big question, the one you're probably asking right now is how? How does this whole thing actually work? What are the steps? So let's pull back the curtain and look at the official system. The best way to think about it is like a roadmap, a new federal roadmap. It takes what seems like a really complicated, intimidating process and breaks it down into clear stages. It makes it feel, well, manageable. Okay, so here are the stops on that roadmap. First up is application intake. That's you getting your application in the door. After that, they launch a pretty deep background investigation. Then that moves into a formal risk evaluation. All of that work gets bundled up into a recommendation that goes all the way up to the Attorney General, who then makes the final relief decision. See, it's a step-by-step journey from start to finish. And listen, this next part is super important. If you go through all that and the answer is no, it's not necessarily over. You have the option for a federal court review. That's a huge deal. It's a check and balance on the whole system, and it gives you another shot. Okay, so knowing the roadmap is great, but being ready to travel it, that's everything. So let's talk about what you can start doing, like today. This is your personal checklist to hit the ground running and build the strongest application you possibly can. All right, this is where the rubber really meets the road. These are the actual things you need to start gathering. First, the official stuff, certified court records, proof you completed your sentence. But then there's the other side of it, which is just as important. Things like really strong character references, solid evidence of rehabilitation, a good employment history. You're not just handing in paperwork, you see, you're telling the story of who you are now.
So let's just pause for a second and realize what's happening. We are in this really unique window of time. The system is working again, we have the roadmap, and now you know exactly what you need to do to get ready. This is your chance, and honestly, the timing couldn't be better to take action.
I mean, think about it like this. The source material we're using for this explainer puts it perfectly. It says, you are ahead of 99% of people if you prepare now. And that's so true. So many people don't even know this door has opened. Just by watching this, you have the information to get started. That's a massive head start.
And hey, if you're a business owner out there and this mission of empowering people through education resonates with you, we'd love to partner up. Become a sponsor and help us make more explainers just like this one. You can reach out at mzofficer001@gmail.com. Let's build something great together.
So we've walked through the big picture today, right? The roadmap. But if you want to get into the nitty-gritty and get clear, step-by-step guidance to walk you through every single part of this with confidence, here's what you do. Go to legalgangster.com. And one last, very important thing.
Please remember, everything we've talked about here is for educational purposes. This is not legal advice. Thanks so much for tuning in.